Hello, namaste, and welcome to this new episode of Teenspire. We have been doing this series of talk with amazing teenagers from all over the world, and today I'll be talking with a teenager who started his journey from a member uh, at a child club, and then be, uh, after that he led the municipal child club network of Damak, which had 30,000 children. Not, and he did not stop there only. He initiated his another initiative, that is I consume my oxygen, which is one of my favorite initiative of his. And the main motive of I consume my oxygen was that the amount of oxygen that I consume should be produced by me, and that is by planting trees. So that is why it is one of my favorite initiatives of his. Now he is leading a team of youths from all over the SAARC region. Let's welcome one of my favorite brother, Prajesh Khanal. Hello, Prajesh
Thank
bhai.
you. Thank you, Ajay.
So, how does it feel? Let me start with one unexpected question with you. How does it feel that in few days you will be no more teenager?
It feels good in a way.
Uh, can you tell me why? Why do you feel that you will be no more teenager?
See, I think this comes with the transition of life. So times change, and you change with that. So in that sense, I find it good. But in a different sense, like when I was a teenager, I used to have a lot of initiations, and that as a teenager, I could be able to have a ripple effect with a lot more teenagers, because they feel that someone of their age is doing something, so they tend to be a bit more motivated by that.
Yeah.
Now, as a youth, or in a sense that they see me as a senior, so it would be a bit difficult to have the connection, I guess. But it's a new feeling, so let's check on that, and let's get the first hand experience. Then I can see you in the next time.
Ah, okay. Let's hope that everything will go well. So, moving on, and next question is one of my favorite question. That when did you realize that okay, you should be working for the child rights, or you should be working for the children's? Or what was that time when you realized that okay, I should be involved in child club, and what was reason behind that?
Thank you for this question. See, I didn't have that sort of certain realization that most people tend to have. So it was like gradual. I first started as a child club member. That time, my what I had in mind was just having some engagements with the child club. But as I went on engaging more with the child club, as I went on being engaged with more and more initiatives of the child club, with the children, with the community leaders, the positive changes they started to be seen. So that particular positive change, it gave me a bit of attraction, I guess, that I can make a positive change there, and my efforts can have a outcome. So I think this particular factor pushed me more into that. Later, when I started as the president of Municipal Child Network, I could really see that the 30,000 plus children of Damak Municipality, they could be affected in a positive note by what I lobby in with the municipality, or what I advocate in that particular area. So this, I guess, this sense of mass benefit or impact must have driven me to this journey.
Uh, amazing, amazing. So, like you said that you used to do lobbying for children rights at Damak Municipality. So, how was your experience? I mean, what were the difficulties that you felt while sitting on the same table with the authorities and presenting them the views of entire uh, child club network, and what children feels and what is important for them? How was that
Thank
experience?
you. Thank you for this question. See, this is something I really like to share with my juniors or my fellow youth every time I get chance. Right. So thank you for asking this question specifically. See, the thing is, when I first started, it was quite difficult because our society is still. I must say, either it may sound correct or not, but I must say this is an ageist society.
Mm-hmm.
That is,
True.
ageism is in the true structure of our society.
Yeah.
So, seeing someone who is a child and who is coming to lobby for things that they don't believe in, it's quite difficult for the society to approve of that and be engaged in that. So the initial days were a bit difficult, but we kept on that, and I must really thank the representative that came after the general elections, the mayor, deputy mayor, and all of the team. Like they had an idea on this, that they had the what do I say? They had the drive to work on this. So our advocacy and our initiatives, that they matched with what they dreamt, and I guess it's been good after that. So the major difficulty was due to ageism, I must say. And the other thing is, see, we as child club members, sometimes we don't actually see the in-ground situation, and we go a bit into the ideal part.
Yeah.
So a part of that was into me too. So I think
Okay.
that thing also made some difficulties in that journey. But in the later run, I guess the practice makes everything good.
True.
So by keeping it continuous, in the later parts, it became good. So if I guess if we start early, we can really make that particular part good in the later run. That's my experience of the journey.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I also had really good experience while doing campaign for this global teen hero. I had really good experience with the authorities and especially the vice mayor of Damak Municipality. So I can totally relate with your experience while dealing with them. So after that, like while you were working in the child club network itself, like leading to be exact. So what was that point when you realized that okay, now I have been doing child I've been working for the child rights, now I need to switch directly from child rights to being a person who is working in environment sector for environment betterment of the environment. I mean, from child right activism to environmental activism. What was that point?
See, in my case, it's not like directly jumping into environmental activism, but I chose to mix it up. Like
Uh-huh.
the major part of the campaign I started, it focuses on engaging children and teenagers into the environmental sensitization. So
True.
the thing was, when it started as along with me being in the municipal child network, we started seeing how good the child club specifically and children do good with these things. So we thought that I was in a club called Eco-Friendly Himalaya Club. It was a school club, and with that we were trying to walk in it. So we thought, let's expand the initiative. Let's bring it up with a pretty good idea that can cover a big region. And we were also working as a ESD, Education for Sustainable Development Resource Center. The school was the resource center
Yeah.
recognized by Nepal National Commission for UNESCO. So we thought that let's make a sustainable move to the community, and we started this with child club, and we engaged more and more child clubs into this. So it was two-folded. Like first, increasing participation of children, which comes within our areas of child rights and child club motives. So we were doing that not only for child clubs, but we added this thing of environmental activism in it. So it was like a win-win situation, just adding a bit of extraness into it. That was the thing.
Amazing, amazing. So I would have loved to listen more about this initiative and how can other children or teenagers be part of it. But I would like to move on to your recent and new initiative. So I mean, you have started working for the overall South Asian region. So tell me the reason behind that, and I mean, what are you guys planning to do, and what impact actually are you trying to bring by starting SAARC Youth Council?
Okay, thank you for this question, Ajay. Uh, See, like I have spent some considerable years of my life advocating for young people's participation when I was in the child club as well as when I'm not in the child club.
Yeah.
I started this from 2012, this particular journey, and I'm still, walking on the journey. So when I went to learn more about young people's participation and what positive impacts it can have, I started seeing in a bigger picture, not only in my municipality, but in my national level and what's happening in the regional level, in the global level.
Yeah.
So in this journey, I started to be connected with some international youth organizations, and I started seeing how the youths are doing their youth from different parts of the world. And what I felt was like, as a whole, if you see the South Asian region, the youths are not that properly, represented in the global arena. I felt that.
Yeah.
And also the thing is, the opportunity gap, I say, that's too high between someone from Nepal and someone from India, or someone from India and someone from Bhutan, taking this as just examples, and within the countries too. So, in this aspect, we thought that let's form a youth engagement mechanism that we can focus on the grassroots level, because most of us come from the grassroots level. So that was the plan. And this 2020, I was invited to be a delegate at UN ECOSOC Youth Forum, which due to COVID, it has different plans, so that couldn't be successful. So it was a plan that I had thought that the South Asian youth representatives who will be in that particular forum, I had thought that we will discuss and work on it. But now, since we couldn't participate in that being there, so I thought let's start this initiative, because let's not pull it back. Then we started today. We have some wonderful people with considerable experience working in this sector all over SAARC, and an initial team has been created, and it has been working on forming the structure, or guiding everything that comes within. So our major focus, it will be like more of participatory, and we will also be working on advocacy or capacity building of youth and networking, and also like in the sector of good governance and policy reforms, because we want more and more young people to participate in the policy making practices of our country, and as well as in the regional level. So that is what we have sought as the as our area of work. As well, also we aim to work for the sustainable development goals, which I think our South Asia is a bit lagging on working on that. So that's a part of our plan, and we are working on it. We will, I guess, soon open up mechanisms for youth to connect with us and join in the mechanism. So yeah, that's pretty much about SAARC Youth Council and this initiative.
Amazing, amazing. I have seen your team members, and they are as amazing as you are. So I'm sure that you guys will do really great. So
Thank
now
you.
we are at the end of this session, and my last question for you is, how can, I mean, you have experience in participating and as well as leading different kind of organizations, doing different kind of initiatives. So one problem that every teenager or youth that faces is turning ideas into a project or action, right? So please make it extremely short, because we don't have that much time. That how can a youth or teenager turn his or her idea into uh, a project or initiative?
Thank you for this really important question. So since the time is low, I need to make it in a gist, but this thing needs a bit of elaboration. So the thing is, see, first I would suggest them to use their networks, because at this point of time, having a professional network is the most important thing that you can have. It's one of the most important things that you need to possess. So like there may be like-minded people. The first thing comes with communication, I guess, like communicating with someone who has a similar vision. That might be helpful if you are planning something big. So if you are planning something in your level that you want to engage in, the first thing I will suggest you is to start working with it by breaking it down into the smallest possible parts. What's the most basic thing? What's the first step I can take so that I can go to this particular level in this time. So that breakdown will be, I guess, the first step in walking towards it. And the second step obviously comes is like separating the broken parts and connecting them together. So it's pretty much like every other thing that we do, but we need to work a bit with our networking and a bit with a vision. I would suggest.
Yeah.
So in making it short, I think that would be my suggestion.
Okay, that I think that youth will get your point, what you are trying to say, and they will definitely learn from it and implement in their own life. So once again, thank you so much, Prajesh bhai, for joining. I mean, it was not as our regular conversation, because our regular conversation extends to hours. So that is why the fun part was missing. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining. Next time we will be back with another impactful teenager in our next episode of Teenspire. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.